Today we're going to make this quick and simple plasticine snake craft.
To make our snake, we need some plasticine. I'm going to use green for the main body of my snake. I'm going to use yellow for the eyes, a little bit of red for that tongue that's sticking out, and a little bit of black for the pupils. Grab whatever colors you would like, and then let's get started. The first thing I want to do is make the body of my snake. So I'm going to take my green, because that's what I'm using for the body, and I want to roll it in my hands. This helps to warm up the plasticine, makes it so much easier to work with. And you might not use all of your plasticine, and that's okay. And if you don't have as much plasticine as I do, that's also okay. You just make a smaller snake. So here we go. I have it rolling. It's much easier to work with now. I'm going to take a little bit away because I want to use this for the head. So I'm taking a little bit away for the head, maybe a little bit more than that. Good thing is if we make a mistake, we can always fix it as we go. I'm going to take, this is for my head, this is going to be for my body. So with my body, I'm rolling it back up in a sphere, in a ball. Then I'm going to roll it like a cylinder, a hot dog, and just keep going. So it's becoming thinner and thinner and longer. Now you could do it on your page like this on your work area, but I do find that it gets your work area very dirty and it's just easier to do it in your hands, but do whatever is going to work for you. When you're rolling, you just want to think of how long you want your snake. So if that's how long you want your snake, then you'll keep it. If you need your snake a little bit longer than that, then go ahead and keep rolling. If it's too thin, then you can either get more plasticine or don't make your snake as big. Then I'm just going to start to kind of form my snake in the little bit of a S formation. There we go. So he's just doing a little squiggle. And the tail, I'm going to use my fingers just to pinch gently so that it comes to more of a tip. So I'm gently pinching. You can see there's a little bit of a tip there. There, I think I'm happy with that. Now what I want to do is take this other piece that I had taken away and I'm rolling it again. So I'm rolling. This is going to be my head. So I'm going to make that sphere, so the circle first. Once I have that, I'm going to push down a little bit, not too hard, but just push a little bit. And then I'm going to put a finger on one side and a finger on the other, and then push a little bit like a V on two ends. So you can see I'm starting to form more of a triangular shape. I'm going to push down again. I want to keep this part rounded, the top, but I'm going to push and squish my fingers. See how I'm pushing my fingers together? I'm pushing down. I'm pushing my fingers together, and then I'm pushing down just little by little till I get the shape that I like for my head. So here is where I'm going to have my little tongue come out. You just kind of put it towards your snake to see if you like the shape, what size it is. Maybe it needs to be bigger, maybe it needs to be smaller. If it needs to be bigger, add more plasticine. If it needs to be smaller, take some away. And just using your fingers, shaping the way you like it. I think I like that. So to attach it, I take the end and I push gently, and then I just use my fingers and drag them till they attach together. So I'm just dragging the body, pulling it towards my snake's head, just so that it attaches on all sides. And it just takes a little bit of work and practice. Once you have it the way you like it, now you're ready to work on the eyes. Now I'm using yellow for my eyes. Now you do not need a lot. So you can see here I don't have a lot. I'm actually only going to use a tiny little bit for my eyes. So I'm going to take 2 little bits for my eyes. And just like we rolled it between our hands before, I'm going to do the same thing, but because I don't have as much, I find it's hard to do this. So I just use my finger and roll, 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 roll into that sphere. And I'm doing it again to that second piece. Roll, 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 roll into a sphere. Once I have that sphere, I'm just going to push down on it so it becomes more of a circle. See if I like the size. If it's too big, you make it smaller. If it's too small, you make it larger. Pushing down. You could even make yours big, humongous eyes so that you don't have to push down so much. Now you can see one eye is a little bit bigger than the other. So that's no problem. I'm just going to take a little bit off. Start again by roll, 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 rolling. And then I'm going to push down. Try that again. There. Okay, push those down. Now what I want to do is I do want black for the middle of the eye, but I'm going to use black last because it does get dirty, really dark on your fingers. So I'm going to use red next, and I'm going to take a little bit of the red. So just a little bit of the red, and guess what? We're rolling again. Roll, roll, roll into a small sphere. Once I have that sphere, I'm actually going to break it in half, and I'm going to roll one side, and this time I'm going to roll it into a cylinder. So more not long and narrow. And then just using my fingers, don't want it too long. And do the same thing with the other side. I want these two to go together, kind of sticking out like a tongue. And I really like this little pointed one. So to do that, I'm going to fix this one. So I'm going to roll it again because I don't like the way that it looks. I'm going to roll it into a cylinder and then just push down on one side. So I'm pushing down a little bit, rolling on one side, and then I'm going to attach the 2 tips. If it's not working, just keep trying. It just takes a little bit of practice. And once the 2 ends go together, you're ready to just attach those. And you're just going to push a little bit. So you're just pushing. And a little gentle push should attach it. If it doesn't work, just try again. If it falls off, just means you got to push a little bit harder. And then you're just going to play with that till you like it. I'm going to take a tiny, 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 tiny little bit of black. And I'm going to roll it between my fingers because I don't have very much of it. See how tiny that is? And I'm going to squish it down and put that as my pupil and do the same thing for the other side. You know what? I think that's too big. So I'm actually going to take half of that. So you decide what you'd like for your pupils. You could even use green. Roll them to the size you would like and then pop them in the middle of your eyes. And there you have your own plasticine snake.
Thanks for joining me on Craft Club for Kids. Remember, be creative and have fun.